straight from the soul with it. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Diala Ricks back with another video. First and foremost, I would like to say Happy New Year to everyone, and thank you guys for supporting the channel. I truly appreciate you guys. Haven't done a lot of videos lately. You know, I've been enjoying time with the family, but I've still been watching almost every single Laker game. I just want to talk about the real reason I think the Lakers keep losing and what I think needs to change. This video may be long, but hopefully, you know, you guys can support. You know, hopefully you guys, you know, whoever takes the time to watch this video, you know, whoever takes the time to listen, I truly appreciate you. Now, I've seen almost every single game thus far this season, and you know, I predicted that the Lakers would be in this position that we're in right now a few months back before the season even started. I just knew we would get the victory, but I did think that we would get the victory over the New York Knicks. But unfortunately, we fell short. I said November it would be like a figuring out process for the Lakers. Then LeBron James will go back to playing how he normally does, which he did, and that's above the system instead of playing within a system. When the Lakers picked up Tyson Chandler, I stated he would get, you know, like it would be like getting rid of that car smell for the moment, but eventually that funky smell will come back. He patched up a few holes for the Lakers in terms of like rebounding and other things. He gave JaVale McGee an opportunity to rest, but overall, like I said, November would be a figuring out process, and I said December would be a great month for the Lakers, which it was. But then I said once January came, I felt like the Lakers would run into a wall again, which they did. You know, but I didn't predict that LeBron would get injured. But I did warn the Lakers that they needed to be cautious, and they still do, because this could be like the beginning of something terrible. I'd like to talk about the negative and the positive from what I've seen from the Lakers. Now, of course, the Lakers are horrible at free throws, like at free throw shooting. I think we like dead last, not just the other night, but of course, like throughout the course of the season. You know, we're losing in a large part because of that. And, you know, that's a huge issue. The lack of communication on defense, missing defensive assignments, lack of aggression, particularly Brandon Ingram. I feel like Ingram, and I'm going to just be straightforward, like I'm going to be straight honest with you guys. I feel like Brandon Ingram lacks heart. And when players, like even small players, it's like smelling blood in the water when they see Brandon Ingram, because it's like they like to close the distance and get up in his grill, and they like to be gritty, and they don't let him create any space, get his shot off, and they make him feel very uncomfortable. The most of the time when you see him comfortable, and you know, it's when he's more relaxed, is when he's not having those defenders who's going at him. When a defender is not going at Brandon Ingram, he's a lot more relaxed. But it's like once he's under pressure and you kind of, you know, getting into his space and crowding his space, he starts to, you know, get discombobulated in a sense. I guess, you know, that makes sense, if that makes sense to you guys. But Bleacher Report reported the other day that Brandon Ingram may be on the clock. And I said, wow, don't that sound familiar? Like, don't that sound like a video that I did a while back? Like a video that I did back in October where I said that Brandon Ingram may be on the clock. But Brandon Ingram, in my opinion, hasn't improved his three-point shot, which makes him a one-trick pony. So teams either let him shoot, or he goes to where he's comfortable. He'll drive to the lane. You know, he'll try to pull up from the mid-range, and he'll try to create a shot there. You know, but as you've seen, when players get beat, like when guards get beat or forwards get beat, the bigs step up to help. And Brandon Ingram doesn't have the strength to finish over these guys and convert. So he would get to the line, and once he goes to the line, typically he go 1 for 2 every single time. Like, I've mastered the game. I've mastered his game because I've seen it so much, and it's starting to get predictable. So what do you think other teams see when they watch film? You know, Kyle Kuzma has been playing great, but he has a lot of flaws. Kyle Kuzma has been playing great, but he has flaws and deficiencies. And I'm just a guy on YouTube. So somebody who is, watching film on Kyle Kuzma and watching the team play, they know what he can do and what he can't do. And it's only due to his body type. So it's not his fault. But Kyle Kuzma, he doesn't have great ball handling skills. He can't cross over. He can't like really sidestep. He's not that fast on his feet. So players could drive past him or on defense, it's hard to get past solid defenders for him. People who have fast feet. So he tries to beat them off the dribble, but it's like he can't. So he gets stuck, and that's when he passes the ball. He doesn't shoot over them, or he doesn't. He doesn't have great footwork right now. But what I really like about Kyle Kuzma, he give effort. He has confidence, and LeBron demands so much attention. And by LeBron demanding so much attention, Kyle Kuzma gets great looks from all over the floor. And I'm not saying that he needs LeBron James in order to be great, but what I'm saying is LeBron demands so much attention. So Kyle Kuzma is going to get a lot of looks. And when LeBron James passes you the ball, you're going to have tons of confidence to make those shots. And it's just going to be, it's like some nights he'll go off, there's some nights he don't, and eventually, like, he could possibly get to a superstar level, but I just don't think that that's Kyle Kuzma. I don't think that he's going to get to that level. I think that Kyle Kuzma could potentially be a great role player. I just think he fits well with LeBron James. And unfortunately for the Lakers fan base, we like in a microwave era, and we've always been very passionate and we've been spoiled. So we demand greatness from our franchise in the front office. Like we don't demand that the front office be patient. And I know people break up like the Golden State Warriors and how it took them a while, but that was years ago. And their fan base is nothing like us. Like they don't get media coverage like we get media coverage. They're not held to a high standard to win banners like the Lakers are. So it's a major difference. So they could build slow without pressure, and they could get, build through the draft, to whereas we can't do that. And then you have people like, man, Kyle Kuzma worked with Kobe. And I'm like, bro, he's not Kobe. And he never will be Kobe. I don't care how much he worked with Kobe. Kobe was 6'6", athletic, like two totally different body types, two totally different type of players. Like Kobe physically could do things. Kuzma will never be able to do. And Kobe only knew basketball. Like these players, they've done other things with their lives. Like they go out, have fun with their friends. That's not Kobe. Kobe only knew basketball his entire life. There will never be another Kobe or MJ that's dedicated to their craft. And then I'm gonna talk about Lonzo, but I just want to go over the Lakers young core and what I'm saying from them. But Lonzo isn't who his dad said he is. He has been overhyped. But the one thing you must respect about Lonzo Ball is that he improved his three-point shot. And, he loves that step back. Like, same thing with James Harden. They both love that step back. But I think Lonzo Ball could make a great backup point guard. That's my opinion, which is fine. But I think Ingram is more so like a Tayshaun Prince. Josh Hart has been solid. He's inconsistent, but he's been inconsistent, but he's solid. But he isn't a knockdown shooter, and it seemed like there's some chemistry issues going on behind the scenes with the Lakers and with Luke Walton, etc. Because when LeBron came over, it's like a lot of things changed. That's what I'll say. A lot of things changed, but the environment changed. Just getting in the gym and just lifting weights isn't going to help you with chemistry. It's other ways you have to do it, and working hard and working on your game constantly 24/7 and trying to perfect your craft. Then leading by example, and players will follow. All of them to me are trade bait. So this all plays into the Lakers losing, but Luke Walton's flaw is letting players overpower him. Phil Jackson found players, sent them a message like if they was late. I remember Andrew Bynum being late. And they have to do little things like that. Like Brandon Ingram says, he's not coming off the bench. So you force him to come off the bench the next couple of games after he said that. Show signs. It's like a sign of no control. You got players playing soccer on the sidelines, not coming out and, not coming out when you tell them to. Now, superstars can get away with that, but, could get away with that at times. But other than that, that can't be tolerated. I think Luke Walton does a great job, though, of encouraging his team to fight back. And we've seen that this season. And another problem is the Lakers letting leads slip away. Like, that's going to be a problem. But he does a good job of them to fight back and get back in games, raising the intensity level on defense. But the problem, like I said, is free throw shooting, missing free throws. And you have to hold them accountable and force them to shoot free throws probably an entire practice. Like, the leader should be teaching them that. The leader of the team should be teaching them that. And they should be practicing hard, treating. Like, I remember I just heard Kobe talking about this, and he was talking about how disciplined he had the team and how, they treated practice, how Phil Jackson treated practice as if it was a regular game. And they went hard for the entire practice, and they just practiced really hard. LeBron James, as a leader, like, he has his head down. He's crying at times. He's complaining, acting like he got shot. When he gets fouled, he act like he got shot. Like, that's not a great leader. It's not great leadership qualities. But I think the Lakers, in my opinion, should, if they haven't done that yet, I didn't, see the beginning of games where, I see the starting lineup. But I think that they should put Brandon Ingram at power forward and just try different lineups. I think KCP, he has been playing great, and he's been stepping up. These last few games, I would try, a lineup of possibly Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, KCP, Brandon Ingram, and JaVale McGee. I think Ingram, with him not being able to make threes, you can move him to the forward position, and that'll give you more three-point scoring and defense. With, Josh Hart plays good defense, Lonzo Ball plays good defense, KCP plays good defense. Brandon Ingram plays good defense, and JaVale McGee has been absolutely remarkable on both ends of the floor. So you're going to get the most out of JaVale McGee, so that gives you a huge defensive lineup. I think with Brandon Ingram not being able to make threes, him being a small forward keeps him on the wing a lot, and it pushes him out to the perimeter. Him playing power forward, I believe, it would keep him off the wing. So he has to be forced to take shots. I think you should use him at his strengths. He likes to take those elbow jumpers, and, he likes to operate in the post. Like, he likes to operate for mid-range. So I think he's more effective, and that's what you need to take advantage of it at. He's quick on his feet. So get him the ball on big forwards, or, so he could be able to create off the dribble and get his shot. Get some mismatches on smaller guards. And if the Lakers don't trade him, I think they should, at times make him come off the bench to light a fire up under him. We dominated the paint the other night, and I don't think that's a huge problem at all. Like, I don't think that's a problem at all, but that's dominating the paint. I think that's a good thing, a great thing, but you need a balance of three-point scoring as well. So Josh Hart and KCP in the lineup together could possibly provide that. And at this point, it's like, what do you have to lose? Like, it's really nothing that you have to lose. And that's just until Kyle Kuzma returns. Give Svi Mekhi, that's what I call him. I'm not going to say Mekhi Luke. His name too long for me. But Svi Mekhi, I think that he deserves more minutes. And another problem, even when it's going to be problems when LeBron James returns. The Lakers still need a legit closer in the fourth quarter. LeBron is a liability at the line. In the fourth quarter, he's 68% from the free throw line. He's horrible from the free throw line. And, he's not perfecting that. And the Lakers have a lot of problems. I think JaVale McGee has been absolutely fantastic. And to me, in my opinion, he deserves most improved player this season. His footwork, his up and under. It's just everything is just absolutely amazing with JaVale McGee. I have been absolutely impressed with him. And he's impressed me the most out of everybody on this Laker roster. That's just my opinion, because he, if he gets beat on defense, he still chases down blocks. He stays with it. He stays with you. Like, he helps. JaVale McGee has been phenomenal on both ends of the floor. He's more reserved now. I'm very proud of JaVale McGee. Like, every night. It's just seeing where he came from and where he started out in the league. But, every night he goes hard. He knows his role. And that's how incredible of a coach Steve Kerr is. He gets the best out of his players. And I think JaVale McGee needs more pick and roll. I think Ingram should be in more pick and pop, situations at power forward. Just try new things. But lastly, since they don't have a closer in the fourth quarter, I think they have to depend on their defense to seal the deal down the stretch. It's going to come down to defense in the fourth quarter. So if they have a lead, put your best defenders on the best players. If Ingram, Hart, KCP, your best defenders, then force them to switch onto those players who's about to take those shots. But the Lakers are at an 8th seed right now currently, and they have to have grit. But I still think the Lakers, in my opinion, I think the Lakers are going to make the playoffs. I originally predicted that the Lakers would go 47-35 this season. So we'll just have to see. I think once LeBron James come back, I believe the Lakers will start winning again. It'll still be tight games, and they'll still be competing and having like these tough battles with these teams. Like, they're still going to have tough battles with mediocre teams and possibly get blown out here and there. But I think overall, once LeBron comes back, they'll start to win more games. I still see the Lakers being anywhere from a 6th to an 8th seed and possibly go higher. But, right now with LeBron James being out, it allows the players to, raise their value and their trade value and, possibly find deals. I don't know if the Lakers are trying to close deals behind the scenes, but possibly they are. I predicted that the Lakers would win at least like 47 games this season, 47-35. But I stated that if they make a big blockbuster trade, that I think that the Lakers could possibly win way more games than they've won. If the Lakers don't make a trade, I see them anywhere from a 6th to an 8th seed. But if they do, I could see them jumping up in the top 5 somewhere, possibly. Possibly they could either trade for Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard. Those are only 2 names that I see. Possibly the Lakers should have high on their list. But the Lakers are if they're going to figure it out, it's going to be a process. But they're going to eventually figure it out. I'm not one of those game-by-game fans and just overly emotional and this person needs to go and Like, you're not going to see me get, screaming and getting upset. And then you have fans where, like, let's say the Lakers will win against a mediocre team. And then when they win against a mediocre team and let's say Brandon Ingram goes off for, like, 25 or he has a huge night against a mediocre team, and then they'll be like, well, no, we don't need to trade Brandon Ingram. We need to keep him because he had this one great game versus the worst team, and now Brandon Ingram is the future. He's the best. He's, now he's the next Kevin Durant. He's proven it because he's, scored a lot against this mediocre team. Like, no, I'm level-headed through everything because I see the future. I can see the past, the present, and the future. I've seen this movie over and over again with LeBron James. Y'all don't understand. I watch a lot of basketball. Jerry West is one of my, idols in terms of like basketball minds. He's like he's absolutely brilliant, and that's the person that I always listen to just to pick his brain on basketball. Not only just him, but Kobe. And Kobe is my favorite player. Reggie Miller is one of my favorite players. Steph Curry. And I just listen to a lot of these guys just talk basketball all day, and that's I love basketball. But that's enough talking. I've done a lot of talking. But for those who listen, God bless you. Hopefully one day you could become a millionaire, and when you do, send me $1, bruh. Send me $1. But thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you.